there. Welcome to Morning Coffee with LeeAnn. I think this one's going to be a short one. Just mostly because I am, we're just doing a lot of things. Today has been fresh early morning. Asher's holding an umbrella for me because the sun is like messing with my lighting and it's blowing
everywhere.
It has been such a whirlwind of a couple of weeks. We're on our second week here at our campground, and it's been hard to do a lot of like fun videos or exploration videos, or videos about like actual traveling, because we're not fully traveling right now. We're just sitting in a campground that we're members of, and so it's fine. Asher, what are you doing?
Is this good? Is it in the camera?
No.
No.
If you don't want to hold it, it's fine, buddy. You don't have to. But we've just been really like coming into the camper, trying to like figure out what we like, what we don't like, what works, what doesn't work. Harley's over here being weird.
He just burped.
Things that we need to organize to like make this a home. It has just been difficult, of course, with any type of like transition that you're gonna have. I can't say that I'm not excited for it, because I surely am. And we have been wrapping up our Willow Lake guest guide project. That has been
great,
literally so successful, and I can't wait to share. I did make a lot of videos that are going to like highlight all the businesses that were part of that project. We are definitely planning some other excursions here pretty soon. I know that we're going to be going to Gettysburg. I know that we are going to be going to North Carolina. But those are going to happen, after Josh's transition with his job and stuff. So I've just been trying to get things moving right now while we are, in this transition period. So, I haven't had any luck with any of the local campgrounds yet. Not saying that I won't have luck with them, but this is a new concept. This whole guest guide project is a new concept for campgrounds that just have never heard of it before. And sometimes it can sound too good to be true, because they're getting a lot of stuff for free, and all they have to do is just let us stay there for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And so, right, they're thinking about it like, what's the catch here? Or, oh, they just want a free stay. Or, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of easy things that they can, like, their minds can go to. Or simply they're just like,
ooh,
I'm just not thinking about it, But we do have a couple really good leads in the area. So maybe whenever we're ready to come back to the area, once we kind of venture out a little bit, then, we can always have a place to come back later. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. There is a couple of jobs in Pennsylvania we are looking at. And so maybe I'll be doing that, which again, I'm just really excited because, small town America is just so important for me. And, kids are going crazy in there. But ultimately, we are going to, ultimately, the biggest thing about this is getting our family out of the city, getting our family, closer to nature, closer to God, closer to the things that, God is kind of leading us to do. And I don't know what that means. I don't know where that's taking us. I don't know where we're going. All I know is that like the next place, the next thing. And so that's all we can really do at this point. And, I really truly believe in, our, the travel business. This job that we're doing right now, it requires a lot of moving around. It requires a lot of, like you can't be stationary and do this, but you can be stationary and, do the travel business. And honestly, like I gotta say, unfortunately, especially in Ohio right now, and probably many other states, you can't just survive on one job. You just can't. Josh and I, make more money now than we ever have in our lives, but the utilities have been so expensive. Like,
oh my, hold on. You want me to go?
no, they're fine. It is what it is. Like our gas bill, or not gas, our electric bill at our house is like astronomical right now. And we haven't even been there. You know what I mean? This is like, just in 1 month, it was like $374. It's insane. And it's like, dude, that's like, it's insane. And so, at some point, like, there's just got to be some sort of like stabilization or like chilling out. I have seen the gas prices go down, which has been very encouraging because I've been praying a lot about prices of diesel and gas, because obviously, like, that's going to be probably one of our biggest expenses is like the gas, the fuel, I have to say now, because we don't use gas anymore.
Or you can just say diesel.
Or I could say diesel.
But it's cooler if you say fuel.
That is true. There's a lot. There's a lot of cool things, but with the that's what I was going for. With the travel business, it's like you can work from your own home and then just book travel for people. Everybody's going on vacation. Everybody. I look on Facebook, I look on TikTok, I look on all the social medias. It's like everybody's going on vacation. Everybody. Even right now, and especially in the wintertime, in the fall and stuff. I mean, you can always build a clientele booking vacations for people, and people need help, okay? They need help. Even if they think that they don't, they can do it. They think they can do it themselves. But then it's just like, then if something happens, then, they can't get a hold of anybody and they don't know how to get a hold of anybody. Travel agents actually have a lot more access to like, help, getting a hold of a real person to be able to, like solve problems or whatever. So don't sleep on a travel agent. Number one, you're supporting a small business. Number two, if you want to be your own travel agent, sign up to be one. It's literally like not that much. You're basically like, you have the same licenses as like any travel agent. So they can't say, oh, it's like, you're not a real travel. Like, yeah, you are. You have access to all the education that they have access to. You are a travel agent. And it's a great job to do, especially if you're not wanting to travel like we do. Definitely, if you're interested in doing that, get a hold of me. I know that I like make that plug on my last video as well, but it's just so important because right now, again, like we're experiencing it as brick and mortar business owners and homeowners. We're experiencing, and again, Josh and I both have great jobs, but we're also working on multiple streams of income now. And, not all families are like that. And this, like, the travel business can absolutely, like, change your life. Or at least ease a lot of the worries and troubles that you have. And I guess that's where I'm going with this whole video, is that, like, sometimes things just seem crazy. Sometimes things seem difficult. Sometimes things require a lot of learning or a lot of doing and moving and growing to make it successful. And that's okay. You gotta, like, sometimes you just gotta change, because like if you keep doing what doesn't work, then you're gonna get buried in it, So I don't know. We have some really cool plans coming up that obviously we're going to be doing some homeschooling. And I was talking to Bert, my oldest son, yesterday, and he was talking about how he was interested in learning something about, because he likes to debate people, which is whatever. And but he wanted to like read the Bible about something because he wanted to understand a biblical concept of something as he's talking to people. And so I guess he started reading his Bible on his own, and now he's like telling me verses in the Bible, and then he's saying, that you know, he like, now that he's read like certain things in there, now he wants to like, he's like, this is the greatest book I've ever read, because now there's like all kinds of stuff in here, and it's like, yeah, thank you, I know. So we are going to start doing some family little Bible studies in the morning.
Yay.
We are going to Josh is going to have a workshop class, because these guys are going to learn how to change their oil, fix things, do stuff on the camper. They're going to learn how to like build things, and you know, all the things. So homeschooling is going to be a sincere thing that we're going to be working towards, and I am very excited to have you know, summertime to do that. Now I also want to say too that each kid has their own strength. Each kid is good at something different. So Asher, the reason why he's over here helping me with my videos is because Asher wants to kind of do what I do. He wants to be the guy that talks to the camera and talks about stuff and has his own little kid channel. And he also wants to do cooking with Asher.
Cooking with Mom.
Cooking with Mom and Asher. We're going to do some cooking classes. And so he wants to really be, and he is a very good, you know, talking personality. So keep an eye out for that, because we're going to be, he's a personality in training, you know. And so like Axel, he is very good at like, he's very meticulous. He's very strategic and like, he always like questions everything, and he's very observant, and he's very plan oriented, and this kid does not forget anything. Nothing. So
if you tell him like if you tell him something a month ago, he will remember it.
Yeah, it's like if you tell him something, he will remind you on the day that needs to be reminded, and he will ask you 300 times to make sure that you remember the thing, and so we do it.
And sometimes you forget.
I do forget a lot. So, you know, because I'm busy, I'm doing all kinds of things. But so if I know that we need to do something, I'm like, Axel, remember this thing. Don't let me forget. And he does, he remembers. So I really want to start training him on how to plan our routes, picking good campgrounds, picking routes that are like safe for us to travel, because again, we're a big rig. I think we're like 13 and a half feet tall and like 44 feet long, or 43 feet. Like, we got a big rig here. And so you know, that's gonna be a job, and so I want to teach him how to kind of do that. With Avery, I mean, he's very good at technology. He's really good at, I mean, he's very good at video games. So I really want to start teaching him how to do, like, how to video, how to do the content, how to, you know, create the videos in CapCut or whatever. So we're going to be working with him for that. And then Alberto, the oldest one, he has
Big personality.
He has a very big personality, but he's very smart, and he's a great talker. And so what we do is, like, we go around and, you know, we work with the campgrounds and then also local businesses and stuff. So I think he's going to be my little trainee. You know, we're kind of like, we're not really salesmen necessarily. We're really more like community builders. I think it's going to be awesome. And so Bert is very smart. He remembers things. He's eloquent with his words. So I'm going to be teaching Bert to do exactly what I do. And so that way he can, like, you know, kind of take over sometimes and start helping with some of that. So there is something important. And I guess the reason why I'm telling you guys all this is because I think in recent years, families have gotten so complacent with just allowing schools to teach their kids and allowing themselves to, like, just be at work all the time, which I get. I'm not telling you not to go to work, but what I'm saying is like, the way that society has been, it's difficult because nobody, like, knows what they want to do. Nobody knows what they're good at. Nobody knows, like, you're just going along with the motions and doing what you think you're supposed to do. And here, I can put it back here. Look, there we go. Maybe I can put it right there. Is that good?
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
It just has to be all over that green dot.
Yeah.
Here, I'll hold it so you can do your video. I guess I'm trying to stand, that's why.
Oh, you want to stand? Okay. I think it's like right. I don't know. I can't see. Anyway, he really wants to try to get this lighting right. So he's doing a great job. But
Oh, yes, we did.
I think that it's just so important to, I mean, even if you're living a normal life in a normal home with, normal stuff, start asking your kids, like, hey,
What do you want to do?
what do you want to do for, like, when you grow up? What do you like? What are your interests? Try to, like, pull out something in them that they wouldn't necessarily know, because that's our job, and not saying anything bad about my parents or anything, but like, they didn't know to ask me like what I wanted to do. They didn't really like ask, because back at that time it was just like, okay, you go to school, you graduate, you get your go to college, get a degree, and then you just do that job until you die. And so that's all you can, like, that's all you could really do.
Life you can do.
There is more in life. And so I really want to teach my kids that, like, that way of life is not really going to exist anymore. People are starting to have to create their own businesses. People are starting to have to figure out what they want to do. You can't just sit here and work as an employee of a job and just, not enjoy it, just being miserable. And then too, it's just like the way that things have been lately. It's like you can have a job one day that's a really, really good job, and you've spent like 10 years there as a loyal employee, and then a day later you find out that the doors are closing and you have no job, and then you're starting back at ground zero. So I really want to encourage people. They're doing some work, so there's some like tractors driving by. So it's like, I just really want to like, encourage other families, other moms. Find what you yourself are good at, and then also encourage your kids to find what they're good at. Try to like look and ask questions and like dig deeper into their personalities and help them to figure out what they can do. And like, it's hard to it's hard to say like, because there's I can't find the real words for it, but I know you know what I mean. It's like every person
Find their inner self.
Yes. Every person is created for a purpose. Everybody has something special inside them,
But they can't find it.
it's like it's hard to find it on your own when you're just like going through the motions. Sometimes it takes a person on the outside to kind of get to know them or get to know you a little bit, and then try to find what you're good at. Or like, I am very good at like learning about a person, learning about what they want to do, learning about what they're already doing, and then putting it all together as like a brand, and like say, why don't you do this? And then it's like this entire business idea that is like I've been doing one-on-one coaching.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I've been doing one-on-one coaching with all of my travel agents that are on my team, just getting to know them, what they want to do with the travel business, what they're already doing, what they want to focus on, and kind of teaching them how to like bring everything together for their own brand, and like what their niche and specializing is, like what they want to specialize in. So if you're ever interested in some business coaching, honestly, that would be another thing too, would be join the travel business, learn business, learn how to do business, learn about yourself, learn what kind of brand you want to be. And if nothing else, it's like you get a lot of travel discounts for yourself in your own travel. But in the meantime, you can just learn about like business in general and what you want to do with your life. Because that's the way that the world is going now. And I hate to say it, I really hate to say it, but like, schools are not always like going to be teaching your kids exactly what you want them to be teaching. I think that it's time as parents that, and as husband and wives, like we got to step in and take responsibility for our kids. And again, I know it's hard because of jobs and employment, but like you can create your own job. You can create your own employment. And I really genuinely believe that God is calling his people now. And, I know that not everybody believes in that. And I'm not trying to force that on anybody, but, I'm very, adamant and serious about that. And so, don't stop listening if you're not part of Asher. He always breaks out in song like how I do. Don't stop, believe it. Oh, you're singing a different one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I really believe that God is calling his people out of the system, out of the world that has Harley, don't you go barking.
Harley, come.
Every time somebody walks by, he has to bark at somebody.
Harley,
No,
come here, buddy.
don't you do that.
He wants friends.
But
It's alright.
he's gonna do that.
Let him bark it out.
Harley, no,
Buddy.
nope. Now he's crying. But yeah, so like just think that I forget what was I just saying?
You were talking about
Dang it.
well, I think you were talking about
Oh God.
yeah.
Talking about God. Seriously, God really is calling his people out of the ways of the regular world and bringing us to create like sustainability and purpose for our own families. And you can believe whatever you want, but it's genuinely so important that we take this into our own hands prayerfully, faithfully. What our family is doing right now is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If it was easy, then it would be a piece of cake. But it's not. It takes hard work, and it takes sacrifice, and it takes literally a leap of faith. Josh and I are like borderline like pooping our pants every 5 seconds because we're like, oh my God, what about this? Oh my God, what about that? And we're slightly freaking out a little bit, but it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared of change. It's okay to step out into the unknown and not know what the next place is or where you're going or what you're doing. But ultimately, you got to just do it. You have to make a change, because if you're feeling like if you're feeling like how I had been feeling, it's like you're just in that you are like a hamster just spinning in a wheel. Like you're going and going and going and going. And it's like for us, I mean, something that we just realized this weekend, again, I'll just kind of touch back on our electric bill. Like, back since like Christmas time, we have been like just trying to chip away at this ballooned ballooned electric bill. Like we had already split it up and tried to pay that off. And then it was just like our electric bill started to become like $400 a month. So it's like we'd pay $500 and then it would be like another $500. So then it would just like pile up on itself. It's just been really hard to kind of like keep up on it. And so we're sitting here like, dude, it's not like we're not making money. It's not like we're not paying the bill. It's just like, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And it's frustrating to sit here and look at things that you take pride in, things that you've built up. And then you're looking around and it's like, I give up. I give up because I just can't do anything with it. Nice. And so, I guess I'm just trying to say that it's like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting different results. And it's just not going to happen that way. So it's time to try something different. It's time to be different. It's time to step out into a new path. And sometimes doing that means paving the way for the people that are coming behind you. And I mean, I am available. I'm a person that's doing the thing. I'm doing it. I'm stepping out. I'm doing it afraid. I am going to be working on, trying to like leave some of that fear behind. I'm always a work in progress, and I always will be. And I want to teach my kids to do the same thing. So, I hope you guys follow along. I hope that, if you think that I'm crazy too, that's fine. But one day, I'm gonna show you, one day you'll be able to see that it's like things are possible. Life is possible beyond what, the norm is, beyond what society tells us. And so if you're someone who wants to step out and take a leap of faith and do something different, let's chat. you know. Again, I offer coaching through the travel business as of right now, and possibly through other means in the future. But you know, the travel business is really where I coach. I coach like people, and I'm good at it. And you know, and I'm really trying to do that same thing with my kids too. You know, instilling in them all the things, and you know, it's possible. You just got to pray about it, see what God wants you to do, see where God's leading you, and know that you're not the only one. Know that you're not the only person that's feeling this tension, that you're not the only person that's feeling like this uncomfortability in the place that you've always been comfortable. Like I have been living in my house for 10 years, comfortably. I have a great mortgage. I mean, we hate the town. Our neighbors are kind of whack.
Yeah, if we were just by woods.
If it was like on 30 acres of land with nobody around, and you know that
would busting.
Yeah, we wouldn't have much of a problem. But it's like the area, the schools, the you know, the crime. It's like, you know, it's getting to be a little much, and it's just we've become so uncomfortable in our environment that it's like we either like are going to go crazy in it, or we need to go. And so if God is putting that in your heart where it's like, hey, I can't be here anymore, it's time to go. And I'm seeing that happen a lot on social media with like influencers and different people that I have been following, and even just friends that I've known over the years, where it's like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. I can't believe that I'm doing this, but hey, we're packing up and moving to Florida or whatever, you know what I mean? And so I truly believe that God is calling his people to migrate. Not necessarily migration in the political term, but like I genuinely believe he's calling us on a mission trip. I don't know what the mission is,
but it's a mission,
and I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but it's the journey that is important. It's the journey that is taking us where we need to go. It is, you know, ultimately God just wants his people to say yes. And I know that I talked about this in my last live or in my last video, that you know, I genuinely feel like Abraham, where God, you know, calls him to leave his home, pack up his belongings and his family, and just go.
Bye.
He didn't tell Abraham where he was going to go. He didn't tell him how to get there. He didn't give him a map. He just said, hey, come on, let's go. Let me show you the place where I want you to be. I'm going to create a nation for you. And I'm not necessarily thinking that God's going to create a nation for me, but I mean, there's a lot in my life. I want to break generational curses of poverty over my life, generational curses of addiction and mental illness. I want to like create and pave a new way for myself, my kids, and the generations that come after me. And in that, you know, that's worth it to me. And whatever God wants me to do, that's ultimately what I'm going to do. Because I wouldn't have a house if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't have a business if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't have like anything if it was not for him, if he didn't give it to me to nurture and steward. And so I want to be the best steward of what he gives me. And ultimately, my responsibility more than anything over the next, 10 years is being a mom. And so if I want to change what has been before all of these generations and let it stop with me, like, I'm a brick wall, baby. The things that have gone through my family, they can keep going until they came to me, because I'm going to change that for my children.
You're going to change
legacy afterwards.
No, yeah, I'm trying to say, you're going to change what, families that, you know how, a dog, if a dog has a family?
Yeah.
Its kids and its kids.
Yeah.
What is that called?
Lineage, generation.
Yeah, generations.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to change generations.
Yeah, and so it's a big job. It's not an easy thing to do. But if it's on your heart to do it, and you feel like you're just cut from a different cloth, or if you feel like you're the black sheep of the family, and sometimes God sets you out as a black sheep so that you can be the example, and so that you could show your family something different. I see him over there. Our dog's rolling around. He's being funny.
I will be right back. There's gonna be.
Okay. You want me to hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're just holding it for the lighting, but I'm actually finishing up now. But again, morning coffee with LeeAnn is all about encouragement. You don't have to, do exactly what I'm doing, but I do encourage you to do exactly what God's telling you to do. And that's always going to be my biggest encouragement, is to follow your purpose, because you have one. And it's like, if you feel depressed, or if you feel anxious, or if you feel uncomfortable, or if you feel bad about yourself in any kind of way, like, I don't know what I'm meant for. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Pray. Get in your Bible. Read a little bit. Just like sit and think. Get into nature. Get away from the city. Get out of all them like EMFs and whatever. All the our brains are just so clouded with negative people and internet and all the things. And not saying that that's a bad thing, because I got Starlink over here, and of course I think that internet is useful and it's a good thing. But sometimes you just need to get away. You need to get out of the environment that you're in, so that you can figure out who you are outside of that environment. And I genuinely believe that the world is looking up, and God's calling his people. And if you are one of God's people and you're feeling the nudge, reach out to me. I am a busy lady, but it's like, you know what? Helping people and guiding people in what God's calling them to do is more important to me, you know what I mean, than a lot of the things that I have to do, because that's what it is. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go for this morning.
Bye bye.
I know I'm a chatty Cathy, so it is what it is.
Chatty mama.
But we're gonna get ready for the day. I have a lot of work to do to finish up our Willow Lake guest guide project here in Champion, Ohio.
And then we can spend more time with you.
And what?
And then we can spend more time with you.
Yeah, we're gonna spend time with the bros today. They're officially out of school.
Finally.
So yeah.
Longer than actual school.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some cool stuff this summer, and I got a plan. We gotta get planning for what's happening next. So keep watching, keep chugging along, keep being part of Morning Coffee with LeeAnn, because this is where you're getting raw, real LeeAnn. Like absolute, just look at me. I rolled out of bed and came on here, made some coffee, and talking to you. So,
I rolled out of bed too.
yeah. So, here we are, and this is it.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Oh, and if you want to follow our actual travels, like the travel stuff that we're going to be doing, go find on here. We have a second channel called Telltale Traveler. This is a different channel just because but the other one, that's where we're going to be really talking about, what we're doing, how we're traveling, behind the scenes, all the things. So, go follow Telltale Traveler. See you later.